All right, so go ahead and lay on your back, knees apart, and use a bolster. And have your feet together and support your knees, and then having the bolster behind your or blankets, just relax. Exhaling back and reclining, arms out. Close those eyes. Settling into your little world of your yoga mat. Feeling that warm fuzz, the contact of the yoga mat against your body. The contact of your arms on the floor. Just relax across the chest. Close those eyes. And then here, breathing in through those nostrils. One molecule at a time of little air pockets. Feeling this refreshing, cool air. Be dry or moist. Make that mental observation of the quality of air that you're breathing in. Is it fresh? Is it still? And from here, each molecule, just trace it down through the back of your throat, all the way down through the trachea and the larynx, all the way down until it branches off into the bronchi, into each lung, the left and the right side. So feeling the three lobes on the right and then the two on the left. Inhaling all the way to the top of the lungs. Relax the belly and breathe all the way top, engaging the diaphragm. Exhale slowly through the mouth, as if you were blowing through a straw. And then relaxing the belly. And then from here, focusing on your third eye, visually gazing, the point between the brow. And from here, focusing on an intention, making and creating an intention for your practice, for your mat today, thinking of maybe compassion, kindness, nonviolence, your body, your mind, being gentle and at ease. Or maybe it's cleanliness, cleaning the mind, swiping it clean. Or having your to-do list, just wipe it away. Or would it be surrendering? Practice surrendering or self-study. There's a lots to practice, even truth. So from here, inhaling your breath all the way to the top of the lungs, sealing that intention. Sip a little bit more air in. Seal the mouth, keep holding the breath. And then exhaling, big puff out. All that residual air, unused air out. Blink your eyes open. Now that you're settled in, go ahead, release the blocks. Rolling off the bolster, coming onto your back here. You're pulling your knees in toward your chest, rock left and right. Massaging the side bodies. Here, pull the knees apart. And then here you can grab your ankles, or you can grab the soles of your feet. You can pull the knees in toward your armpits and start kicking left, kicking right, open up those hips. Gonna open up the feet. Rock left or right, massage the side bodies. Keep holding it. We're gonna bend the knees, hold the feet, rock up and down the back, nice and slow, keeping the chin to the chest, protecting the neck, and just massage the back body. And from here, inhaling up. You're keeping a hold of the feet. We're gonna try to pull out the feet. And here you're sitting and balancing. If you can't, you can hold your ankles. And you can bend those knees, you can engage the core, you can balance. Good job. Seal the feet together. Wrapping those fingers around. Pull the heels in close to the groin. Or you can wiggle those knees up and down. And warm up the hips. So we're in bound ankle pose, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, forward fold. So close your eyes. Inhale through the crown. Exhale gently, tucking the toes a little closer toward your heart space. So breathe into your back slowly. And then exhale, kind of allow the heart to melt and drop toward your toes. Feeling the stretch of the back. And slowly, slowly inhaling up. Now extending your left leg out in front. You're gonna grab your right hand on your right foot. And then you're gonna pull around in big circles, kind of go in a clockwise direction. And open up the hip. And then now counterclockwise. And then switching legs. And pull it close toward your armpit. We're gonna move it around. Clockwise and then counterclockwise. And then releasing back down. You can pull the flesh out from the backside. Press the palms into the ground. Lift through the crown, coming into Dandasana. Flatten your feet and flex your feet. Inhaling nice and tall. And then press into the ground. And then releasing. So that kind of straightens the spine. So here, pulling the right knee in. Pulling that right foot closer. Inhale, arms up, reaching. Exhale, grabbing your left ankle. Big toe and big little pinky. So inhaling through the crown, exhale, forward fold. And if you need a belt, you can use the belt. Here you can even take your right arm and try to wrap in front of that right knee. And then left hand, try to bind. Otherwise, if you can't bind, you can use a belt nearby to help clasp behind your back. This is a nice back stretch. So this is a mariachi pose. Mariachi, I can't say it right now. Mariachi 1. And then releasing back. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, right hand back behind. You can wrap your left arm, elbow in front of that knee. Inhale, tall. Exhale, turn and twist, look over your right shoulder. You can even take your left elbow past that left knee and gently twist, look beyond your right shoulder. Inhale, tall. Exhale, look forward. Counter twist with the neck. Stretch for the neck, and then releasing, unwinding that leg, taking that left leg in. So inhale, arms up, reaching. Exhale, forward fold, grab your ankle, big toe, little toe, or you can use that belt. Inhale, tall. Exhale, bowing down. So this is a little bit more difficult than your knee over head pose, Janu Sirsasana. This gives a little bit more resistance for that, with that foot flat. Now taking that left arm and wrap it in front of that left knee. And then if you need to bind it, help bind, you can grab a belt nearby. But you're taking that right hand behind and try to clasp and close. And forward folding and bow down over that right knee. A little bit of stretch of the back. And then releasing everything. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, left hand back behind. And exhale, grab your right elbow around that left knee. Inhale, tall. Exhale, looking over your left shoulder. A little back twist. If you want, you can take that right elbow past that left knee. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist just a little bit more gently. Inhale, tall. Exhale, looking forward. And then releasing. Then here, crossing your ankles, pulling the flesh out from the backside. I'm gonna face you guys. Taking your right hand, grabbing your left temple. You can relax your left hand on that knee. Close your eyes. Breathe into your neck. And applying a little bit of pressure, gentle pressure on that left temple, just to feel the stretch of your left sternocleidomastoid, the masseter stretch, a lot of neck muscles. You can even take that left hand down toward the ground and point. Deeper stretch. Breathing in gently, and then here wrapping that left hand around the back. Close those eyes. Just observe the breath. Observing where the breath is going toward the neck. Slow and gentle. And then releasing. Swapping hands. Your left hand toward that right temple. Relax your right hand on that right knee. Just be gentle. You might notice one side might be a little different than the other. Close those eyes and observe your breath going into those neck muscles. Feel for any give, the neck is untightening. You can point that right hand down toward the ground, get a deeper stretch. And then here, you can wrap that right hand behind. Close those eyes. Again, breathe into any tenseness you might observe. Feeling the difference of which muscles are being engaged. And then unwinding. Uncross, cross the other way. Hands on the waist, little tiny circles one direction. Getting it nice and lubricated. The top atlas, and then big, big circles. Slowing it down. A little Ayurveda this morning. We're going to exhale, drop your chin to the chest, hands on the waist, fingers into the rectus abdominis, and then exhale, pressing into the belly, rolling the pelvis, pulling the elbows toward each other. Let the head drop into your lap. Let the skin of your back spread. And then press firmly into the core, and then quickly release. Good job. Riding a block, might as well get into the next more. You're going to place it on your right side. Hands on the waist, inhaling tall. Exhaling, dropping your right elbow toward that right block, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can skip the block and see if you're teeter-tottering. See if you can get a deep stretch that way. Inhale that left hand up to the sky, and then exhale over the ears. Try to ground the sit bones. So turn the heart up, breathing here. And then take that top hand, grab the back of your skull. Feel that stretch along side body. Good job. Now, make a fist behind the skull. And then inhale, look up toward the sky and pump your top bicep. And then exhale, looking down toward the ground. Take that top hand, wrap it behind your back and try to reach the other wrist. You're allowing your head to get heavier. Get that full neck stretch. You can even drop that right ear toward that right shoulder. Good job. And then slowly, slowly inhaling, gazing toward the middle of the room. And then inhale, look up toward the sky, hands on the waist, inhaling back up. Now uncross, cross the other way. You move that block onto the other side just in case. And do a little that Ayurveda Nali, hands on the waist, inhale tall. So if you were moving clockwise, try counterclockwise with the neck. Little tiny circles one direction. So if you don't remember, try both sides. See which one's more crunchier. If you hear any sounds, work on that one. So close those eyes, lubricating the top atlas. Nice, tiny, tiny circles. And then slow it down, big, big circles. Breathing into any tightness you might observe, any contracted states. And then eventually exhaling that chin to the chest, hands on the waist, fingers into the core. We're going to exhale, press into the core, roll the pelvis, pull the elbows in toward each other, let the head drop like a bowling ball. And then quickly release. Good job. So you have the block on the left side, hands on the waist, inhale tall. Exhale, dropping to your left elbow. And if you want, you can even push that block away if you want a little bit more stretch. You're gonna inhale that right hand up to the sky and even point and shoot your energy gun. Exhale over the hand, over the ear. Turn the heart up to the sky. Keep breathing, keep reaching. And then here, grabbing the back of the skull, elongating the spine, feeling that stretch alongside your right armpit, maybe down to your right hip. Or make a fist behind the back, behind the skull. And then look up, inhale, look up toward the sky and check out your biceps pumping. You're telling your bicep to pump. And then exhale, look down toward the ground. You're gonna take that top hand, wrap it behind the back and try to reach the opposite wrist. Hopefully you get a nice neck stretch here along the clavicle, around your right clavicle. So here you can drop your left ear toward your left shoulder more. Breathe and close those eyes. And then you can look toward the middle of the room and then up toward the sky. Hands on the waist, inhaling back up. I'm always trying to remember what else that I learned. I just took a few classes online from these Indian teachers, and that's why I know about these, the cases in India as well. So sad. Hands onto the mat, spreading those fingers, knees underneath the hips, engage the core. Pull the ears away from the shoulders, tuck the tailbone. We're having that little tabletop here. Inhale, chin up, allow the belly to drop. Exhale, pull the belly button, caving in the chest. Look toward your belly button in cat pose. Inhaling back up into cow, Vidalasana, Shavasana. And exhaling back and just warming up the spine at your own speed here. Breathing in, exhaling, pulling the belly button. Then coming back to neutral spine. We're gonna inhale, lift your right knee up. And then exhale, pull it toward your nose. So you're gonna move some motion in your hips. Inhaling up. And then exhale, pull it toward the nose. And then now taking that right knee out into big circles, circling around one direction, lubricating that hip joint. Exhale, circle the opposite way. And then releasing that right knee back down. Now we're gonna balance here. Inhale that left knee up. Exhale, pull it toward the nose. Inhale it back up. Reaching, exhale, pull it toward the nose, keeping in the spine. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, pull it toward the nose. And then now big circles, one direction. Circling the knee, left knee. And then exhale, circle the opposite way. And then release the knees, pulling the knees in toward each other. Exhale, pulling back into Balasana. So you can grab a block for your forehead if you want some neck space. And have your arms out if you like, pressing the palms into the mat. Press the sit bones toward the heels. If you can't get them toward the heels, you can put another block between the heels and sit bones. It's up to you. But if you want that deeper stretch, relaxing the shoulders, you can pull the palms beside the feet. Close those eyes. Breathe into your back and slow your breath down. Feeling the entire stretch of the neck and back. Allow the glutes to release. Slow the breath. Now counting the seconds of the breath. Is it 2 to 3 seconds inhalation? Is it held at the very bottom for a microsecond? And then when you exhale, do you exhale just as long? It's more than 2 to 3, is it 3 to 4? Can you increase it 1 extra second? 5 to 6, 6 to 7 seconds long. Can you increase it 1 more? So slowing it down just like a land turtle. The tortoise I can breathe 4 breaths per minute, increasing their longevity to 200 years old. We humans only breathe 12 to 20 on average breaths per minute. Aside from opioids and whatnot in the medical field of suppressing and lowering your breath rate, which could be very dangerous, but if you can just slow it down mentally, it increases your parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest. Almost like when you fall asleep, your breath gets deep or shallow, but it slows down. So slowing it down, allow your shoulders to relax. If your feet cramp up, you're welcome to tuck and untuck the toes. If your hips hurt, you can come in and out of the pose. Take that time to breathe in this resting pose. Imagine doing this at 5 in the morning and falling asleep in this pose for 2 hours. And then slowly, slowly, hands back onto the mat. Inhale, rolling up into a Virasana. You're sitting on your heels. Drop your hands back behind. Drop your head back into the trapezius. And then inhale, lift the hips up. Breathe into your front body. Exhale, dropping the sit bone back down, seating. And then right arm in front. Left arm over, twisting, binding, clasping, otherwise you can dangle. Here you can inhale, lift those elbows up, breathe into the tightness of your shoulders. And close your eyes and breathe in. And then exhale, drop your elbows. Here, drop your forehead toward the thumbs, resting them on your forehead on the thumbs. You can rock your ears left and right. Breathe into any tightness of your neck, creating space. And then here, unwinding. Coming off the heels, we're going to tuck your toes, coming into suffering pose, they call it. As if all poses aren't suffering enough, this opens up the arches, strengthens, and you might, if you're in shoes all day, this is what you need. So let me see, your right, you can see your left arm in front, right arm over. You can dangle that right arm if you need to, otherwise twist and bind. Inhale, lift those elbows up. Again, breathe, and you can close your eyes. Breathe into your shoulders. And then exhale, drop your elbows down. Tip your forehead toward the thumbs. Again, rock your ears gently left or right. Breathe into the neck. And then unwind. Come off those toes. Give it a gentle massage. Good job. Here we're going to inhale that right foot back up, and then exhale, swing it between your feet. You're coming into, dropping your hips, coming into that little lunge. Here you can inhale that right arm up to the sky, breathe here, and then exhale, dropping that back down. You're gonna lean forward. We're gonna come into King Arthur's pose because this gets in the hips. You're gonna balance here. So you can have your hands either on the knees. You can push your knee past the ankle, and this is actually stable for the knee. If you're ever lifted, you don't want the knee ever to go beyond the ankle, but this is a very much more stable for the knee. And then you can drop the hips, balance here, and then with your left hand, you can try to grab that back foot and lean forward. And then here you can take your right elbow on and pretend like you're King Arthur serving a platter of, I don't know, hot dogs or something. So lean forward, balance here. Focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. This opens up those hips. And if the back knee it hurts too much, you can place a block underneath. That actually can help as well. So you can try that. So it's a modification. So if you want to, come back down, pulling back into all fours. Spread those fingers. We're going to inhale that left foot up again. Exhale, swing it toward your knee to nose, and then take that foot between the hands. And then dropping your hips. You're gonna lean forward. Inhale, lift your left arm up, breathe here. Little side twist, good for the glutes. Taking the hands onto the knees, we're gonna lean and drop the hips. So again, King Arthur, you're gonna try to take that back hand. And if again, you need a block for your back knee, it's very tender, it's up to you. And try that out. You can double up your pad. You can grab that back foot, left elbow onto that left knee. Again, serving hand. So if you feel like you're tipping over, you can focus on a point in front of you, because even for me, this is kind of wiggly. So breathing here, focus on a point. Get that full stretch of the hips. And then releasing everything. Hands back down, pulling back into all fours. Exhale, dropping back down onto wide knee child's pose. So slow your breath down, pressing the palms into the mat. Allow the belly to relax. Let the belly drop between the knees. Breathe into the back. You're inhaling, lengthening through those fingers. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far left, grabbing that left hand with the right. Breathe into your right body. Exhale, walk the hands back toward the center, inhaling, reaching, lengthening the spine. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grabbing that right hand, breathe into your left armpit. Lay your belly on that right lap. Kudos. So inhaling back toward the center. Relax there, just for a moment. You did a lot just now, believe it or not. So all these different practices and asanas. Inhaling back up into all fours. Spread those fingers. You can inhale that right knee up in space. Exhale, pull that right foot toward your right side of your hands. Again, this is that high lizard or low lunge pose. Again, dropping the hips. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, dropping onto your forearms or onto the block if you like. Coming into low lizard, you can roll the sole of your right foot. Again, breathe into the back. Nice and slow. You want a little extra stretch of the legs. You can look over your right shoulder. Right hand grabbing that back foot. Try to pull it toward the glutes and drop your hips. So it's intense. If you're way high up on, your hips are high, it's going to be intense on the back knee. But if you drop your hips, try to pull the leg, the heel toward the glutes, get the full stretch of those legs. Good job, Sheila. You see that? Trying's half the battle. So here you go, rewinding, hands back down. You're gonna pull that leg out in front, coming into a runner's lunge. Or you can grab blocks nearby. If you want a little bit more balance, you want to pull that right heel out to the side more to give yourself some hip balance. Inhaling nice and tall, exhaling, hinging at the hips. You can grab those blocks, help support, walking the blocks out in front. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, bowing down. Keeping the foot flexed to protect that knee. Pull that right sit bone back in space. So these half splits, Ardha Punarmasana, the half king, monkey king pose. He knows all about stretching this hamstring. His hamstrings can be very, very, very tight over time with no stretching, and it can actually pull on your lower back, and you might have lower back issues if you're sitting all the time, playing video games even. I always joke with all my surfing students, so those video games make you so tight, so just getting that nice stretch. This actually helps you pop up and actually surf better, so getting that nice stretch into the hamstrings. So slow your breath down. Good job. Now inhale, coming back up, taking that right leg out to the side. I'm going to face you guys, coming into gate pose. Hands on the waist, inhale tall, that left arm up to the sky. Exhale, dropping that right hand down toward that right ankle, and then taking that left
hand over the air and keep breathing and reaching. Turn the heart up to the sky. So every breath, inhaling, reaching. Exhale, go a little deeper. You can walk your bottom hand toward the ankle more. And get that full stretch of the hips, the left side of the body. And then slowly, slowly inhaling back up. Bending both the knees. You can have a block between the knees to squeeze. Just have a little support. So supporting that lower back. We're going to just do a modified camel pose. Inhaling the chin up. Exhale, press the hips forward. Let the head drop back into the trapezius. Slow the breath down, relax the throat. Breathe into your front body. And slowly, slowly inhaling up. Good job. Now extending that left leg out to the side. Feet pose, Parangasana. Having nice sturdy pelvis here. Square it to the floor. Inhale that right arm up to the sky. Breathe and reach. Exhale, drop that left hand down toward that ankle, taking the top hand over the ears. Again, turn the heart up to the sky. Breathe and reach. Exhale, go a little deeper. You can slide that hand down toward the ankle. Keep on turning the heart up. Again, keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. And then slowly, slowly inhaling back up. Good job. Now facing or pulling that leg out in front, coming into that Ardha Punarmasana. You can have your hands on the hips, the square. Your heel is making you teeter-totter. You can pull that heel over to the left side, but keep your front foot flexed. Protect that knee. Inhale tall. Exhale, bowing down, hinging at the hips. You can grab those blocks to help walk you over. Bowing down over that left knee. Pull that left sit bone back in space. Inhale through the crown and exhale. Keep walking and bowing down. Hinge at the hips. It's not how far or deep you go. It's all about hinging at the hips. So you're pulling that sit bone back in space. And if you feel like you're bending your front knee a lot, you can always modify and sit back on your back heel. And just bow down over that left knee. Same idea. So same action for that left hamstring because it can be very, very tight. Sitting on the heels, the same action. And slowly, slowly bend that left knee. Walking the hands onto the inside of the mat. Untuck the back toes, and then inhale, chin up into that high lizard. Exhale, drop onto your forearms. You can drop onto blocks if you need to. Roll the sole of your left foot. You're allowing your hips to open up. Breathe into your back. Now, extra bonus points. If you want to get a little extra leg stretch, you can exhale, look over your left shoulder, take that left hand, grab that back foot. And pull it toward the glute and drop your hips. It's all about dropping the hips. An extra leg stretch. This is your quad stretch, in fact. So breathing in. Good job. And then releasing everything. Coming back onto all fours. We're going to actually grab a block, put it in front of your face. We're going to practice some shoulder strengthening. It's called dolphin pose. You can place your palms alongside the block. So your elbows are just as wide. And then we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to kind of relax the shoulders first. You can shake your head and nod if you want. Just relax and release the neck. We're going to inhale, lift the knees up so your tailbone's up. Your focus point can either be between the elbows, or you can look toward the block, or you can just look toward the ground, toward the belly button. So this is a shoulder strengthener. It's a dolphin pose. Then ready, down, exhaling, dropping the knees back down, and then pulling back into Balasana, so child's pose. And you can relax your shoulders. Again, you pull the hands beside the heels. Rest there gently.
Breathe into the back. This dolphin pose is an inversion, just like downward dog. And it's a modification for if your wrists hurt as well from downward dog, you can always go into that pose, dolphin pose, anytime. And hands back out in front, inhaling back up. So spread those fingers. Tuck the toes. We're going to engage the core. We're going to inhale the hips up to the sky and then drop the heels. Walk the full length of the mat if you need to. Here you can pedal away your heels. You can shake your head and nod. You can even sway your hips left and right. Get the full side stretch. And eventually, spread those fingers, those palms should be nice and sturdy. You can bend both the knees, point the sit bones up higher. Here you can, again, shake your head and nod, just relax the shoulders, and then exhale, drop the heels. Get the full stretch of those calves. Your drishti could be your belly button, your focus point. So you're gonna engage and press through those palms. And then here, looking between the thumbs, actually we're gonna balance in three-legged pose and stretching our hips more. We're gonna take your left foot into the center of the mat. Inhale that right heel up into three-legged. Pointing the top toes down toward the ground. Inhale, lift it a little higher. Here you can stack your hips. Bend that right knee, big circles. Circling in one direction. Exhale, circle the opposite. And open up those hips more. And then exhale, bend that right knee to the nose and swing it right between the hands. Here, lifting up, you press your hands onto that knee, coming into high crescent pose. So your back heel is lifted. So you're gonna balance here. This is challenging because you're scissoring your legs. Here, once you're balanced, you can inhale, lift the hands up to the sky. Good job. This is tricky. Now take that left, grabbing that left wrist, we're gonna exhale, pull it toward the right side. They're scissoring the legs and getting that full stretch of your psoas. All right, now hands back on the knees. Woo, lean forward, dropping that left hand down, inhale that right hand up to the sky, twisting. Good job. Now exhale, right hand back down, seal that back foot. And inhale that right hand up. No, not right hand, sorry. Your left hand up. So it's almost a side angle pose. There you can even lay your right elbow onto that right knee. Take that left hand over the ear, your side angle. Now inhale, swinging the arms up. You're coming into warrior two. So I'll skip over here so you can see me. So bending that front knee right over the ankle. Your back foot is sealed. Your hands on the hips your hips can be parallel with the side of the mat. Otherwise, you can move that back foot a little wider. The hands out in front and behind. Flipping the palms up to relax the shoulders. And then flipping back down. Now extend through those middle fingers. Your drishti would be your front middle finger. Squat a little lower. Good job. Now imagine having that library book open up on your front lap. Now flip your front palm up, inhaling it to the sky. Drop your back hand. Breathe into reverse warrior. Good job. Inhaling out in front. Now straighten out that front knee, coming into triangle pose. We're gonna exhale, lean and reach until you hear a hip pop. And drop that right hand down to that right ankle, or if you need a block nearby, you can put it in front or behind that leg. Stacking the shoulders. Your drishti can be your bottom toe or the middle of the room or up toward your top thumb. So breathing in, feeling that you're in two planes of glass. Good job. From here, you can take that left hand down and then inhale that right hand up. You're twisting. This is called twisted triangle or twisted pyramid pose. There's two different names for this. Now After windmilling both the hands down, you can even move your back foot up a little. So we're going to come into a pyramid pose. You can grab some blocks nearby as well. And you're flattening out your back foot, front foot. You're shifting your hips to square to the top of the mat. We're going to inhale halfway up. And then exhale, forward fold, bowing down over that right leg. So this is your pyramid pose. And then hands on the hips, slowly inhaling back up. Ooh. Now interlace the fingers behind the back, squeezing the palms, squeeze the shoulders. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, bowing down. And lift the palms up toward the sky. Your drishti can be your front toe or your back toe, whichever. Gives you some balance. And then slowly, slowly inhaling up. And then release the arms. Inhaling, stepping back up into Samasthihi. So, woo, we went from downward dog to one side, one leg, one side the whole time. Move the block down out of the way. Inhale, arms up to the sky, breathing here. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lifting up those toes, plant them firmly into the mat. Ground back down. Engage the core, tuck the tailbone, roll the shoulders back. Close those eyes. Just feeling that groundedness, the stickiness of the mat. We're going to exhale, lean forward, and then lean back. And then come toward your center. And then lean toward your left. And then toward your right. And then back toward your center point. Feeling that focus, that sturdiness of Samasthihi, equal corner, equal standing pose. Blink your eyes open, inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, halfway up, hands either on your shins or knees, having a flat back. Engage the core, using the spinal muscles, infraspinalis and supraspinalis. Exhale, forward fold, hands back down. Now inhale that right foot back in space and drop it down, coming back into that high lunge. Woo. So you can seesaw back and forth. And then trying to figure this out since we kind of came up into that crescent. So let's just open our hips. Let's pull that left foot back into a plank and then exhale, pull back into a downward dog. You're pedaling away your heels, spread those fingers, shake your head and nod. Kind of rewinding all of that. You're gonna take your right foot into the center, inhale that left heel up into three-legged dog, pointing the top toes downward. Inhale, lift the heel higher. You're balancing here. Good job. Here you can stack the hips, you can bend that left knee, take big circles, open up the hip. Exhale, circle the opposite way. Good job. Exhale that knee to nose. Swing that foot between the hands. Kind of come back into that runner's lunge. Balancing here. We're going to keep that back heel up. We're going to place your palms, both the palms on that front knee. Here you can inhale, lift the hands up into that crescent pose. Squeeze, scissor those legs in toward each other. Now, grabbing that right wrist, you're going to pull it toward your left side. Breathe into your left side body. Good job. Now, taking that both hands back down onto the ground. I'm going to place that right hand into the ground. Inhale that left arm up to the sky, twisting. And then exhale, hands back down to the ground. We're going to seal that back foot down. So you're kind of balanced here. Inhale that right arm up to the sky. So it's almost like side angle pose. Or you can even use a block in front or behind that leg, that left foot. Stacking the shoulders and take that top hand over the ear. Or you can even lay your left elbow onto that left back. So side angle pose. Woo! Are you sweating now?
All right, now we're gonna inhale, swing the arms up, coming into warrior two. Keeping that left knee bent over that left ankle. And then your hips are gonna be parallel with the side of the mat. If they aren't, you can move that back heel around. So if you're just feeling your pelvis, make sure it's steady, not gonna spill forward like a cup of tea. So arms out in front and behind. Good job. Now flip the palms up, relax the shoulders. And then exhale, flip them back down, extend through those middle fingers. Look toward your front middle finger. So you're feeling the energy radiate from your heart out through your fingertips. Now inhale, flip that front palm up. Inhale it toward the sky, drop that back hand to that back knee. Inhale into your left lung, your front lung. Whew, reverse warrior. Inhaling back out in front and behind. Come back into that warrior two. Now straighten out that front knee. We're gonna inhale, lean and reach forward until your hip pops. And you can drop that left hand toward the ankle, or you can grab a block in front or behind your left foot. And here you stack the shoulders. Or you can look either your drishti, your bottom toe, the middle of the room like a doorknob, or up toward your top thumb. You can imagine being in that bubblegum alley. You don't want to touch those fuzzy black walls. Smells great, but you don't want to be gooey. So balancing here. Take that nice, long, deep texture breaths. Pay attention to your breath. Good job. I'm trying to remember what else. We're going to take that top hand down. And then, again, you can use the block. You can inhale that left arm up, twisting. So this is a very Pavrita, twisted triangle pose. Taking that left hand back down. We're gonna actually move that back foot so your hips are gonna be square with the top of the mat. So coming into pyramid pose. Woo, and here you can grab blocks nearby. You need a little bit more boost. So inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold left over that left knee, pulling that left sit bone back in space. So pyramid pose. And then hands on the hips, inhaling, rolling back up. Now interlacing the fingers behind your back. So opposite, if your left thumb was over the right, try your right thumb over the left. Squeeze the palms. Now squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Open up the heart. Inhale, chin up to the sky. Exhale, bowing down gently over that left knee. Your drishti can be your left big toe. And lift your back hands up toward the sky. Or your drishti can be your back toe as well. You're bowing down, balancing. You're releasing everything. Inhaling back up. And then stepping up back into Samasthihi. Whew. I know that was a long sequence for one side. But, standing poses are very challenging. And to do it on one side, you always have to do it on the opposite. So lift those toes, plant them firmly into the mat. And then relax the shoulders back, engage the core, tuck the tailbone. Close those eyes. Here you can relax the palms out alongside the inseam of your pants or face the palms forward, open up the heart. Feeling rooted, feeling grounded, feeling proud of yourself. Because you guys did a lot. Now blink your eyes open, inhale the arms up to the sky, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Now, moving the blocks out of the way, walk your feet out wide. You're gonna drop your tailbone down. You can either sit on a block, hands together, elbows into the inner thighs. You can rock left and right, coming into a low squat. Relax here. You deserve a nice little squat. I always tell my surfing students, squat like you're on a squatty potty. Because it gives you more balance.
And so you can move left and right dynamically if you want to. It stretches out your ankles. And then this opens up your hips. So you get a little stronger hip action. Just building up those hip muscles. And then here, dropping down onto your tailbone. Extend those legs out in front. Windshield wiper your feet. And then pull the flesh out from the backside. You're gonna inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Then flatten out those palms. Flex the feet as if you're pressing into the ground in downward dog. Pull the elbows past those ears. Inhale, lift through the crown. Good job. And then exhale, releasing down into a forward fold. You can bend those knees. You can grab your ankles. You can use a belt nearby. I have my grandpa's suitcase belt. So that's very handy. So breathing into your back. Allow your heart to drop a little bit more. A nice little stretch for the back. Paschimottanasana, western side stretch, Pashi pose. Where the sun doesn't shine our backside. I love that. And slowly, slowly inhaling up. Time for Shavasana. So we're just going to engage the core, grab the back of the hamstrings, exhaling nice and slowly toward the ground. Here we can do one more thing. We do a little spinal twist. We're going to inhale the knees in toward we're going to bend the knees. You have your arms out to the sides or cactus arms. You're going to exhale, drop your knees over to the right side. So this is called Jathara Pavriti, so twisted belly twist. Open up the head, the outer IT bands. You're just grounding your left shoulder. Breathe across the chest. Nice, slow, deep, textured breaths. And inhaling the knees back up toward the center. Exhale, drop the knees over toward your left. Again, you can cactus arms or extend those arms out. Track around the right shoulders. And allow the twist to happen. Breathe across the chest. Nice and slow. Inhaling the knees back toward the center, coming into Upasana, grabbing those knees, pull the knees in toward your chest. You're gonna squeeze those palms and then exhale, squeeze, lift the chin up toward the fist, squeezing your face, squeeze all the tension, all the juice out, and then exhale, releasing everything. Extending those legs, palms resting up. Relax the shoulders. You're welcome to grab that mat to the local real estate along the wall for legs up the wall. That's an option. And grab some bolsters underneath the knees. And grab a blanket nearby. Ear up. You're welcome to do that. Nice and cozy. You deserve as well meaningful, peaceful rest. All those balancing poses. It's just like balancing life. It can be difficult, it can be hard, but it's worth it because it's fantastic. These challenges, we eat them for breakfast. Feel proud of yourself. Getting out of bed this morning, for getting on your mat. Slow your breath down. Allow the eyeballs to sink into the eye sockets. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Breathe into your lungs as if they were part of the floor. Relax your belly and all your visceral organs drop. Softening all your bones. Let your glutes feel heavy. Relaxing your calves, the back of your knees. Let your heels get heavier. Observing all the noise within the room. Let them float away like clouds. Those who fail to emerge from solely imaginative thoughts never command respect. They remain lightweights. We reserve our greatest respect for those who transform panoramic and penetrating vision into reality. As a young man, Mahatma Gandhi imagined an India independent and free of British rule. Yet it took him a lifetime of unremitting labor, tapas, to realize his dream. Tapas is the key here. The word implies intense, purifying heat that, like the alchemists, transform base metal into gold. Imagination is a flickering flame, the coolest part of a fire. Dancing flames give light to reveal shape, which in yoga terminology is a subtle counterpart of fire. What is an ideal, a concept, but a shape in the mind? The work before us is to blow on the fire with the bellows of tapas, so that it becomes intensely hot and transforms the shapes of mind into reality. Asana practice brings mind and body into harmony for this task. Your mind is always ahead of your body. The mind moves into the future, the body the past, but the self is in the present. The coordination between them that we learn in asana will enable us to turn the shape of our visions into the substance of our lives. Sleep is sleep. I asked earlier, what can it teach us? After all, we never witness it. We are inert and unconscious and have no direct memory of it. Yet we always know how we have slept. Deep, dreamless, nourishing sleep is worth hoping for. Yogis do not dream. Either they are asleep or awake. Sleep is of three types. If one feels heavy and dull after sleep, then that sleep has been tamasic. Disturbed, agitated sleep is rajasic. Raja. Sleep that brings lightness, brightness, and freshness is sattvic. Sleep, to use a metaphor again, is like an open rose returning to the bud. The senses of perception rest in the mind in the consciousness, a consciousness in the being. It sounds like a description of exactly what we're trying to achieve through yoga. So surely there is something to be learned. We even return to innocence and sleep. No sleeper can be a sinner. Because the mind and senses are at rest, a negative state of void exists, a feeling of emptiness or absence. We describe as negative because the present and aware state of consciousness is absent. The goal of this student of yoga is to transform this into a positive state of mind while awake. The sense of mind close up like a bud, but a witness remains alert. This is the pure state in which the self is free from the accumulations of experience. The movements of consciousness are calmed. Peaceful deep sleep experienced while alert and awake is samadhi. When the mind is controlled and still, what remains is the soul. The absence of ego in the state of sleep is akin to samadhi, but it is dull and without awareness. Samadhi is the egolessness of sleep combined with a vibrancy of intelligence. When we're in a deep sleep, we lose our ego, our I-ness. We forget who we are and return to the cosmic eternal mind. There is a brief moment of awaking before I, consciousness, returns, when we can just glimpse this tranquil, egoless state. It should be our guide. It is a natural window into the meditative mind in which we realize that we are one and learn to accept. When the ego is quiescent, our sense of pride lessens. We are receptive and become more understanding. We are not offended by life's affronts. We become insulated from anxiety and anguish both within and without. The practice of yoga teaches us to deal with each task in the day as it arises, and then to put it down. This might include answering our letters or returning our calls, doing the washings up, letting anger drop as soon as the moment is past. There's an old phrase, sufficient to the day, the evils thereof. It means that we should contain even disagreeable challenges of life in their appropriate place and not let them fester and pollute the rest of our time. We learn this, our sleep will carry over a toxic hangover from the previous day of unresolved worries and fears. Similarly, we should not eat heavily or too late, as our sleep will be turbulent, rajasic. We will awaken a discontented, agitated state. If we feed our minds on violent images, thoughts, and words, our unconsciousness will regurgitate them in disturbed dreams. Just as right imagination opens the creative mind, right sleep exhilarates the mind and brings alertness. By living each day presently and thoroughly, we earn a clear conscience. A clear conscience is the best preparation for a restful and peaceful night. Wiggling your toes, shaking your head, and keep your eyes closed. Wiggle those fingers. And integrating everything you've done in your practice, hoping that you can take it off your mat. You're pulling the knees in toward your heart. You can rock left and right like a boiled egg, massage the side bodies. And when you're ready, you can fall to your favorite side and rest there and take 2 deep breaths. Take your time. And then when you're ready, you can press up into a seated position.
Now that was challenging, isn't it? Let me